Bakhtiari sitting out of OTAs. What's wrong with him now? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So when the OTA started, a lot of people noticed that David Bakhtiari wasn't present for this week's OTAs, and it raised a lot of red flags. And I just kind of wanted to give a little injury update of what's going on with Bakhtiari according to Matt LaFleur. So when LaFleur was asked by the media why they decided to sit out Bakhtiari this week for OTAs, Matt LaFleur said the plan was all along to sit Bakhtiari during OTAs to make sure he's physically ready for training camp. Now that sounds like a reasonable explanation, except he did also attend the rehab group last week for OTAs. Matt LaFleur also stated that he has seen a lot of football, so they just want to delegate his running time and his snaps on his knee. But he also added that it's about getting Bakhtiari stronger so that he is hopefully ready for training camp. That's very interesting to hear, considering Bakhtiari tore his ACL in December of 2020, while Elton Jenkins, Kylan Hill, and Tunyon all tore their ACL last year, and they seem to be ahead of Bakhtiari already, and they're with the rehab group trying to get back to football shape. So when I first watched the OTAs and noticed Bakhtiari wasn't there, a little bit of concern. Then hearing hopefully that he'll be ready for training camp is even more concerning, especially since we did expect him back late last year. Yeah, he did come back late last year, but he only played 21 snaps against Detroit, and it looked like it was just a game to get him into some football snaps before the playoffs, as we didn't play the starters the entire game. But then come the 49ers game, he was unexpectedly held out and inactive for the game. So obviously there was a setback of some sort last year to what's causing his knee to not be ready. And now it's starting to become a question of, when will his knee probably be ready? Are they still draining that knee? Because I know last year they were draining the knee constantly of fluid. And of course, all this could just be for naught because they are really just trying to manage his snaps, because they don't feel like he should really need to practice during OTAs, especially since they are voluntary. It is not mandatory. So they just want to relegate his snaps. It could be a real thing, and hopefully it is. But I know I'm not alone. Most Packer fans, when they saw that Bakhtiari was being held out of training camp and wasn't, or out of OTAs and wasn't with the rehab group, it put some fear into you, as it did with me. But for what it is, let's temper some fear of Bakhtiari. There's something really wrong with his knee until training camp as we get closer to the season, because it could be a smart decision on Matt LaFleur's decision to hold back on his snaps during OTAs, especially when they're voluntary. He's a veteran, he's been through the motions, so if that is the case, he should be fine. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.